Hello and welcome to Java Programming. Today let's look at LeetCode question 772, which is Basic Calculator 3. This is a hard problem. Implement a basic calculator to evaluate a simple expression of string. So we're given a string, right? And it can have numbers, it can have plus, minus, asterisk, slash operations, and also it has parentheses. So you may assume that the given expression is always valid. All intermediate results will be the range of minus 2 to the power 31 and 2 to the power 31. Note, you are not allowed to use any built-in functions which evaluate strings as mathematical expressions such as eval. So you can just say evaluate this one and finally do it, but that's not what they're meaning. Let's look at example 1 and understand how to solve it. It's 1 plus 1 and that is 2. Example 2 is a little more complicated. Here we have 6 minus 4 by 2. So we know 4 by 2 has to be evaluated first, which is 2, and 6 minus 2 is 4. And we have to do the evaluation of parentheses first for this one. 5 2's 10 plus 5 15. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 2's are 10. And this side it would be 3 plus 8 11. So 21. So it's always operator precedence that we have to take care, and it's something similar to the basic calculator 2 problem solution for this. So in order to understand this basic calculator, we need to have two stacks basically, which I'm gonna have to store the different numbers. So one part is I'm gonna have like 3 plus 2 is there, so 3 and 2, and the operands will be in another where I can have plus or minus and asterisk slash. So I have one is operands, and I have something called nums. So deciding what data structure to choose is very important. So these first two statements are about initializing this and initializing this one. Next is I need to go over all the elements in this string, right? So I'm going to create I equals 0 and the last length and the initial starting point basically, and create a while loop where I less than n character, and keep getting each character in the string and check for blank. Here I'm going to do the blank check for blank values. So if it is blank, then I need to just increment the value of I and continue. Basically, this is ignore the blank spaces, right? We don't want to do anything if it's a blank, right? Do we have to do any operations if I encounter a blank? No, absolutely not. So I'm going to just ignore the blanks. Next step, I'm going to check if it is a digit. Check for digit values. And the way I do it is by using this particular method, which is character.isDigit. And I'm going to pass this character what I have created here, right? So this character, I'm going to pass it here and I'm going to check, is it a digit? Okay. So basically this block of code from here till this point is to handle if it's a digit. Okay, and the way I'm doing is I do a character check if it is a digit, and inside this I have something called num. I equate it to 0, and within the while loop I keep checking, is it a digit? And if it is a digit, then this, the way I'm converting from digit, character minus 0, this is going to convert it to a digit. And what this does is going to multiply and add it and form the build the digit. Okay, so I can explain you using a particular number, say 432. The first time in the loop it enters, it grabs 4, and it's a character, right? It's converted into a digit, and then I'm going to multiply it by 10 in the next iteration and add a 3. The next digit will be 3, and this I'm going to add it to this, so it's going to become 43. And again multiply by 10, so it's going to become 430, and then again add 2, so it builds this number 432. That's pretty much what it's doing, and I have to not be stuck with I. Is a while loop, keep incrementing my index, and then when finally the number is built, that is end of while loop, the number is already built, so I have to push that into my stack and then continue. Okay, once I see, okay, this number 432 is there in the while loop, it's going to build it, and then in my stack that I said, it's going to push it. This stack that I said, number stack, is going to push it. And the next step I would go about doing is, check for the parentheses, the opening closing parenthesis, that too is an operand. And so my next step is check, okay, this is a opening parenthesis, so in the operand stack I'm going to push even this. So if not only plus minus, even this parentheses things also I'll keep pushing to my stack. The next step is we saw that if it's a parenthesis, then we have to push that in the operands, because even parenthesis is considered as a operand. And next step is we look out, is it equal to closing parenthesis, and while until then whatever is there, so we have to check, is the operators empty, or take a sneak peek and say, is there another bracket? And if it is not empty and if it is not another parenthesis, then keep on computing the values of nums and operators and pop. Else what do we do? Plus, minus, asterisk, slash, these are there, while ops dot is empty. So we check, is the operators array, is this stack empty, or peek and see if it is having parentheses. And we take a peek and see the precedence. Is the precedence of this dot peek greater than the precedence of this character? So we check for the operator precedence, and then even after that you need to call this method compute of nums and operators. Keep pushing this into the operands array and increment the I index. And then what we do is operands dot is empty, so until the all the operands is empty, we need to keep calling the compute of nums and ops, and then return the nums.pop. So let's look at what the compute method does. So this is the one which does the heavy lifting, does all the calculation. We have the nums array, nums dq, and ops, both are passed, right? Both have been given. So the nums is going to pop up when I pop basically two of these numbers, and I'll get one of the characters based on precedence is going to evaluate it. So I'll pop out a particular operand, say it's asterisk, right? Or it's a slash, or it's a plus operator, or it's a minus. These are the different things that will pop out of the thing. Then I have two numbers as well, and result. So the last part is we have looked at these things and we see the result. The result is initialized to 0. Then based on the operators, so plus, minus, asterisk, slash, we're going to switch case and see if it is this, then int a and int b is there. So we have to apply these operators depending on what the operators it's going to switch based on switch case method. We also have to have a break, because once I'm done with this, then I can break out of the switch case loop, and then from there what I'm going to do is push this result into the nums. So I'm going to take two numbers, take an operand, do whatever the operation says, and this is going to basically perform the operation core plus, minus, asterisk, slash, and that result that is there caught in this one, so basically that's gonna go to my stack. And what I'm doing here is precedence method. So if operand is plus, minus, then return 1. This is the same, right? And if it is asterisk and slash, it is the second order of preference. This is the like the higher, right? And else it is return 0. The asterisk and slash are going to have a higher precedence when compared to plus and minus, which is this one. So this will have a like a 1, and this will have like a 2, and it's going to return me a int. I hope this was helpful. Thank you, and see you again in another video.